Hello, this is Alan from TouchChef. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use the last follow target curve module that we added in Atoms. I prepared a simple scene with an agent group with a grid layout and state machine module and an arms curve. So let's add the new module and connect the curve. If I press play, now the agent tries to reach the closest point on curve. And the closest point at the moment is computed at every frame, so it can change on every frame. So let's have a look to the other parameters. So one is animated. So basically, if you have the input curve that is animated during the simulation, you need to turn on this attribute here. So let's see. Let's put some keyframe on this curve. Okay, and now let's turn on this animated. So press play, basically at every frame now the agents will compute the new closest point. Let's have a look to the use param attribute here. So imagine that you want to compute the closest point only at the first frame and then use that point during the whole simulation, even if the curve is animated. So if I turn on this option here, I press play, now the agents basically will follow the closest point that is computed at the first frame. Because inside the module it stores the parametric coordinates of that point, and at every frame compute the current point position of that coordinate. Okay, now let's have a look to the metadata system here. So basically, this module can change some metadata value when the agents reach a certain distance from the curve. So, for example, let's set up a goal distance of 100 and set a metadata name to the state and set int value to 0. That will be my idle state. In this way, if I press play, the agent will basically change the metadata when it reaches this distance here. There is a keep metadata value here if you want to keep the value even if the distance increase one time that the agent reach the goal. So in this case, for the state, it's better to have the keep metadata. In this case, my state is the int metadata, so I'm changing this one. But if your metadata is another type, like double, bool, or vector, just use the other attribute here. The goal distance or buff is just basically distance that can be used to blend the value. So for example, let's change to the frame rates. Let's put, I don't know, 60. Let's turn off the keep metadata. Don't need it. Now basically the agents will just basically slow down when I reach. If I just put to 0 this one, just change immediately the speed. The parameters are just like normal parameter for directional model, so you have just the weights to control the weight that is applied to the direction on your agents, and here max distance and max turn angle, so it's the maximum angle that agent can turn on each frame. The max distance is the maximum distance of the influence of the curve. So if a curve is in this range, then the atoms try to apply the module logic on the agents. So that's it. Thank you for watching. See you next week.